Hi Jesse, thanks for dropping a line back to me. I'm Jeff from Landscaping Marketing, and as you know, I created a small screencast to show you how you actually can attract more customers to your company's website by ranking high in one of the biggest search engines worldwide, which is of course Google. The screencast that I created is specific to your company and location with the purpose of showing you what can be done in order to start outranking your competitors and get more calls from potential new customers in and around your service area to your website. So from what I've seen so far is that you currently have quite some competitors in the San Luis area, and I'm here to show you how to stop competing with them and start dominating. So let's jump into the video and see what can be done to attract more customers to Gardenscapes. So thanks for tuning in and showing interest in this particular screencast. So first, I would like to start with explaining how Google is set up and how Google is ranking websites. So let's hover over to Google and see what Google's all about. So here we have Google's first page, which is actually where you want to be ranking on. And as you can see, you are currently not ranking on Google's #1 page. So we need to make sure that you are going to rank on this particular page of Google, right? So Google consists of 3 areas. So the first area that we actually see is the paid advertisements, which is where you will need to pay per click. And my experience tells me that most people don't even click on the paid ads as they don't have the same trust compared to the companies which are located in Google's map pack, which can be seen right below the paid ads, which is this particular area. As you can see, Google's map pack consists of 3 of the most popular businesses, as Google is actually all about being popular, but I will explain that in the video a bit later on. So after Google's map pack, we actually see the organic part of Google, which is ranking #1 till #9. So let's start with Google's map pack and how you are able to get into Google's map pack. Well, in order to get into Google's map pack, you will need to get 3 things done. And that's 1, create a Google My Business account, fully optimize that account and send it for approval to Google to verify it. And once verified by Google, we can then optimize it, and then we can move on to the next point, which is a citation. Because in order for you to rank high in Google's map pack, you will need to have citations. So what is a citation? Well, a citation is an online mentioning of your company's name, your company's address, and your company's phone number in that particular order, not in order, but in online directories such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, and TripAdvisor. So you will need to create citations in online directories. The more of those citations that you have actually listed in those online directories, the higher your trust will become and the higher you will rank, as Google is crawling through all of these citations and is ranking your company accordingly. So again, it's all about being popular. The more your company gets named on those online directories, the higher you will rank in Google's map pack. So another feature that actually needs to be done, so that's the 3rd feature, is that your website will also need to be ranked high in the organic part of Google. So 1, you will need a Google My Business account. 2, you need a certain number of citations. And 3, you will also need to be ranking high in the organic part of Google. So how do you actually rank in the organic part of Google? Because I've just mentioned how you can rank in Google's map pack, but how can you actually rank in the organic part of Google? Well, there are multiple factors when it comes to ranking high in this particular part of Google, but I will go into some of the key components as the video will otherwise take too long if I hover through all of them. So I'll just mention the key components. So let's hover over to your website to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here we are, gardenparklandscapes.com. Lovely little website, I must say. Basic, but it has all the right elements, making it easy to read and easy to maneuver. It's a small homepage with a little bit of content related to how your company actually started and what the values of your company are. The website itself consists of 5 pages, including a service page and a contact page. But some minor adjustments that can be done quite easily to help get your website to a higher position in Google would be some of the following things. One, your website is currently not secured, as can be seen here, meaning that sensitive information can be obtained by hackers. And Google is actually penalizing websites if they aren't secure. So a quick fix would be to fix this by obtaining an SSL certificate, which will only cost you in the region of, let's say, $15 to $25 per year. This is something that you can purchase yourself, or I can assist you with it, but that will actually help you rank higher in Google's organic part of Google. The second thing that I would like to mention is adding a click-to-call phone number on your website, and preferably at the top of your page, because 50% of all searches performed are actually done on a mobile device, and a click-to-call will help your customers get in touch with you at one click of a button. That's some of the small adjustments that you can do. But what are some of the key components that need to be changed in order to see a significant change in your current ranking position? Well, let's go over to some of those key components. There are actually multiple factors, like I said previously, but the video will take too long if we dive into all of them. So for now, let's just start with one of the main components. And for starters, we have content. And content is actually key when it comes to ranking, but not just any type of content. This needs to be both quality and quantity content related to the services that you are providing to your customers. So creating proper content is what needs to be done. If you actually want to dominate and start competing with your current competitors, you will first need to check out the amount of content that they actually have, and you need to crank your content up. Google's actually saying that a website, preferably a homepage, should at least have 1,000 to 1,500 words. And when it comes to your service pages, you actually want to have 500 words per service page. Preferably, you also want your services to be split into a page per service. If you are unsure how to create that content, or perhaps the pages itself, I'm happy to assist, as this is included when I'm doing search engine optimization. If you are in doubt that content is that important, just type in any given celebrity on Google, hit the search button, and see which website comes out on top. 9 out of 10 times it's Wikipedia, but that's no surprise looking at their content, which is always amazing. Another key component is the amount of backlinks or referrals, if you must, that your website has or doesn't have. But what is a backlink? Well, a backlink is actually a referral from one website to another one. The actual power of that referral depends on the power of the website where that referral is coming from. So again, it's all about being popular. The more your company gets named online, the more trust your company will gain. But remember, it's not about the quantity of those referrals, it's about the quality and the power behind those referrals. Since you are actually located in the San Luis area, let's have a look and compare some of these key components that I just mentioned with some of the top competitors who are currently actually getting all of your potential customers. So let's compare your website to, let's have a look. Let's compare it to the number 1, which is Dan's Landscaping. So let's hover over to Dan. Here we are. And let's start off with the quality and quantity of content, and let's compare Garden Park with Dan's Landscaping. So for starters, here we have your homepage, which has perhaps 250, 300 words. So let's compare that content with the content that Dan has, which you can already see is quite a lot more. which is actually goes to show why he's actually outranking you in the organic part of Google, because they have way more content. Also, if you look at the amount of pages and services that they also have a lot more pages and also a lot more content. So my suggestion would be for you is to add more content, perhaps add more service pages to your website and start outranking then with help of getting proper content on your website. So let's compare the second key component, which is of course backlinks or referrals, which we just talked about previously. I have a special tool in place which will show you how many backlinks or referrals you currently have and what the power behind those referrals are. So let's start with your website. You currently have 10 backlinks and only 6 of them are actually working. But let's look at the power behind those backlinks. I'm not going to go into full detail of what these numbers actually stand for, which I'm about to show you, but just remember that those numbers will need to be as close to 100 as possible in order to rank properly in Google. So the 10 backlinks that I just mentioned here are giving your website a power of, it's loading. Why isn't it loading? There it is. So 14, 15, 1, and 7. Like I said, I'm not going to go into full detail, but these numbers will need to be as close to 100 as possible. So these are the numbers, the power behind the referrals that you currently have, which is 15 or 14, 15, 1, and 7. So let's compare it with Dan's. Okay, as you can see, my tool is actually showing 0, but that's inaccurate, because if we have a look at Dan's actual numbers, we can see, if it's loading, yeah, come on, give it a load. Yeah, he actually has 8 live backlinks, giving him the power of 14, 14, 7, and 9. As you can see, those numbers are actually not that far from your numbers. And I must say that those are actually some pretty beatable numbers. But you must also be aware that the other factors also weigh in, but it's definitely possible to get his place and of course get yourself in Google's map pack and the organic part of Google. If you need any help with that, I can assist you, and just hit me up and we can have a chat. So I think that's it for now, because otherwise I think the video will take a little bit too long. Let me know your thoughts about the video, and if you happen to have any questions or would like to receive more information, feel free to connect anytime. I would love to hear more about your goals and visions for 2020, so just get in touch. Enjoy the rest of your day and we'll talk soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.